Alright, what's happening, squad? So, in this video, what we're actually going to go over is the rebuild of the CRF that I built. If you guys remember, this thing was pretty rough when I picked it up about a year ago. It was kind of rashed up plastics and things like that, cracked frame. It had a leaky water pump, it had a little bit of an oil leak. I think that was just a few seals, which I've since replaced. I already had an intro for this video, but apparently all the audio got lost from some of that early stuff. So here it is again, here's the intro, but the bike's already built. However, we'll go back through the video a little bit. Had to redo a couple things on the clutch, rebuild the water pump, found some cool stuff like a ported head and a misto can. Some cool stuff in it, and then the full rebuild and what it looks like now. So what it used to look like. And then into the video for what it looks like now. Don't get mad at me now. I know I don't have any gloves on, but I can't really thrash on this bike anyway. Just going out for a short ride, get a few clips of this thing. But this actually isn't mine anymore. So when I bought the bike, it was originally to kind of mess around and get familiar with these CRF engines, because in the future I'm probably going to use one for a hybrid build. Wink wink. Anyway, I started building it, and then a buddy of mine said he was interested in buying it, and I said, well, let me finish building it for you and you can buy it off me. So basically that's what he did. Gave me some cash, and then I was able to finish getting a few parts and then put it back together for him, and it's going to be his now. But I'll tell you, man, this bike has actually turned out pretty freaking sweet. And I gotta hand it to Yoshimura. That exhaust is freaking sweet. Probably one of the best fitting exhausts I've ever put on anything before. This engine pulls. It was kind of cool going through the engine and finding a misto cam and an already ported head. Pretty cool stuff. But the Yoshimura exhaust, I gotta say, man, it fits so well right out of the box. It bolts right on, no issues. Precision fit, sounds good, looks good, comes with everything you need, including the little heat shield down there. Bolts right up, man, and you can just start ripping. It just sounds amazing on this bike. I mean, let's face it, Honda and Yosh go together like peanut butter and jelly.
All right, so there's the bike in all its glory, finally finished after months and months of sitting around and gathering parts and then just basically me doing other things and forgetting all about it. But the bike is done. It really, luckily, was in pretty good shape when I got it, other than, you know, ratty plastics and graphics that had to go. Obviously, they'd been on there forever, and like a carb cleaning, you know, just usually cleaning house is the big name of the game with some of these bikes. But when I dug into it, I was surprised to find some of the cool stuff like the misto cam. I still don't know anything about the misto grind. I just know it's a good cam. I don't know if it's related to like the HRC cams or anything like that, but it was also ported in there, and I just bumped up the main jet a little bit and really didn't have to do a whole lot of tuning. This thing's running good. There's still a couple things I want to mess with, like maybe a little bit with idle, and I think the clutch is slipping just a little bit because I have it too tight. So I'm going to loosen the clutch up just a hair and it should be good to go. Thing makes plenty of power. It rides well. I didn't go super detailed into the engine building portion of it. I'll leave that to Michael Sabo. He's the guy for all that stuff. But basically all I had to go into was I had to replace some seals. I still have a leaky output shaft seal. For some reason I put a new Tusk one in, but that one's leaking already. Maybe it went in dry and it's already worn out. I don't know, sometimes that happens. But new seal, I had to rebuild the water pump. That was a big one because it was already leaking. It's coming out the weep hole, so the seals in there were bad. Put fresh ones in, nice and tight now, no leaking up there anymore. New right side case cover gasket after I went in there and flipped around the clutch plates. That thing's running good now. I just have to loosen up the clutch a little bit. Powder coated frame. So the reason that came about was because the original frame, I don't know if you guys remember in the old video where I picked this thing up, it had a crack running along the main portion of the frame here in the main hoop. I think that could be repaired, but I wasn't going to mess with it. I'm not the guy to cut that thing open and weld it in, so I'll leave that to someone else. If someone else wants a frame, they can come and get it, and maybe you can fix it. It wasn't that bad, but powder coated frame as usual. Powder Tech 2 does a really good job. Thanks guys for powder coating that thing. It was quick, cheap, and they did a good job. The graphics, OMX graphics, nailed it. I love this layout. Now I had to cover up my name because it's not my bike anymore. It's going to someone else, so that just kind of looked weird. But as far as the rest of the graphics go, man, it's killer. I just love that look. As you can tell, I'm a fan of black and red, so there it is again. Warp 9 wheels, I went with the Warp 9 Elites because that was the best combination wheel for the price that I could find. And comes with your sprockets on it already. You just choose your sprocket size. I went back to a 48, which I think was stock Honda size. I also threw some Renthal bars I had sitting around. I had those on the quad for just a short amount of time, and then I switched to some Phoenix bars. The Renthal bars look awesome. They fit great. They're Renthal bars. They're good bars. Not much to say about those. The thing I'm most happy about though is that Yosh RS2 exhaust. It fits so well and so easy to put in there, and everything is it's machined very precise. So the thing fits right through there. There's no rubbing, there's no issues getting it into the frame. You know, sometimes you have issues getting that mid pipe in the middle of the frame and then fitting the header into it. No issues with that. It comes with all the bracketry, everything you need. The heat shield looks awesome on there. And then you can quickly pull out that spark arrestor, that core, and open this exhaust up if you want. And everything else that comes with it is just top notch. It even comes with an exhaust plug, so when you wash it, you can plug your exhaust. It's awesome. So super happy with that. That's probably the best piece on here. And new front sprocket and just a few other things to tidy up. Rebuild, put it back together, and this thing runs great. So super happy with the way it turned out. Wes, I hope you enjoy the thing as much as I have, at least building it. Like I said, can't keep them all. But yeah, time to get the bike out of here and move on to some other projects, but it turned out sick. So hope you guys enjoy it. Hope you guys get out there and try something like this. It's really cool. Familiarize yourself with these engines. They're super simple. These Unicam engines are awesome, and they make good power, that's for sure. So get out there, try it yourself, guys, and have a good time. I'll catch you on the next video.